Hello, my astrology friends. We're back with the monthly sidereal predictions for the 12 signs with Babylonian ancient astrology Gracia Tasio, and she will lead us through the month of June 2022, first generally, and then for each of the 12 signs. And I want to say that Gracia is offering a very special promotional reading for all of you just till June. Almost 50% of her readings, predictive reading for the next 12 months, using Babylonian astrology methods, ancient sidereal astrology, and from $200 is down to $110 if you'd like a 45 live meeting with Krasi. Hello, Krasi. Welcome to the new channel.
Yes, very nice. Hello, Wada. Hello, everyone. Yes, we will be looking at June. So I will first start with the most important configurations. They're very interesting. And then we see what is happening from sidereal, but also from modern astrology perspective, what is happening to the 12 ascendants. And if you don't know your time of birth, then you can use your moon sign, and you can use the same information on your moon sign. So what is happening in June is that we have, interestingly, we have Mars until end of June. Mars until end of June in Pisces meeting Jupiter. While this is very interesting, Jupiter is more powerful. Obviously, Jupiter is ruling Pisces, and when Mars is there, when they're together, they form something actually very powerful, and Mars becomes less hostile, less ambitious, more empathic if you want, more peaceful, but also more mysterious and secretive, because Mars is in Pisces until end of June. When Jupiter and Mars meet, they form very powerful conjunction, which resembles the energy of a powerful fixed star. Let's take Regulus, for example. So it becomes actually something even benevolent. I don't see this as malefic conjunction, but more like bringing more peace and lofty actions. Not, but yes,
morally motivated actions for the greater
yes, morally. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because Jupiter is ruling.
This is the combination in fixed stars, Jupiter, Mars, of leaders. So maybe there'll be some wise leadership decisions that are taken, hopefully.
Let's hope, indeed. Let's hope, yeah. Then what is happening? Venus enters Aries. Venus is in Aries, and she will stay there until 18th of June. In Aries, you can imagine being with the lunar node, Rahu, with Uranus. So Venus will be in Aries. We know that this is her fallen position. So actually, how this is influencing like fallen Venus, like it will not really bring us this pure Venus abundance in terms of love, even finances. This is a bit well weakened position of Venus, but she, on 18th of June, Venus enters Taurus, where she stays until after June, of course, and she there will be very, very powerful. So this timing, indeed, after 18th June will be a bit better. What is happening also is that Mercury becomes visible on the 13th of June in Taurus, and guess where? What a conjunct Algol. This is the star, which is mythologically the Medusa Gorgon, which is very much about, it is mentioned by Hermes Trismegistus as a star, very mystic, but also about money. And indeed, if you know the mythological story, how the Medusa Gorgon lost her head. She was one of the priestess of Athena, and then Perseus decapitated her and gave the head to become protective shields for Athena, and Athena gave it to Zeus. So in any case, how I see this, it's very interesting because Mercury becomes visible as a morning star. This is very interesting because, yes, it will somehow be related to finances, certainly, but then truth will come out, mystic secrets, because it is about the Medusa. And later on the 23rd of June, like 10 days after Mercury becomes visible, still being in a visible phase, he goes through Aldebaran. visible Mercury passing through Debaran, which is the star of power and money, amazing royal star with the nature of Mars and Venus. So this will be important. This may bring important financial decisions. This may bring important financial movements on the markets. And it is
Do you
happening.
think it will be positive, like the market's going up again after the dive?
Possibly because this coincides with Venus entering Taurus. So, I expect so. And also, well, we will be still under the influence of the eclipse which took place just very recently. But of course, after the new lunar month, these energies will not be felt that powerfully. But certainly, eclipse is on the 15th of May, then before the 30th of April. And the one now which took place in May happened also in the same conjunction, in the same star Algol. So certainly we will hear truth coming out, more and more exposures, I believe. And also somebody may lose head. Who knows? It's happening where Medusa Gorgona lost her head. And also I expect that this will bring news in relation to financial markets. Now, the first lunar crescent on the 31st of May happens in the very first degrees of Gemini, very Mercurian. See, the whole maybe motto of the month will be very Mercurian, visible Mercury in his powerful heliacal phase. The moon appears for the first time in Gemini, so it will be again about information, about exposure, and all this that we just mentioned. So, and I forgot the most important, Saturn will be in Aquarius until 18th of June. And here comes interesting stuff that we have to notice, because this particular time from now until 18th of June is good to stay somehow with open mind and see what these days are giving us, because this entrance of Saturn in Aquarius is very karmic. Like these days of Saturn in Aquarius will show us later what the real 3 years transit of Saturn in Aquarius will look like. It's like we will get the tendencies now, I believe. You know, we'll...
So, monkeypox?
Thank you, Wada. I think they will try, but I think this doesn't go that far as with the previous. But anyhow,
we were talking before we start and ask you, what do you see about this, new disease? And you said, I can't see where astrologically it will be indicated so much. You didn't. It's like it's not like the previous time.
You see, the previous time, Mars, who brings the disease, appeared in Virgo. Logical, he brought disease. It was end of 2019. Mm-hmm. Now Mars appeared end of 2021. Mars appeared in Scorpio, and we thought this would bring hostilities, war. And I did not suspect so much of disease. But then Scorpio is about poison. Scorpio.
So it might be a bio weapon rather than a...
Certainly.
Yeah,
certainly.
Some poison, bio something, yeah.
But Wada, I'm still thinking that the main topic of Scorpio Mars is hostilities, war.
Hostilities then in a financial, look at taxes and what's happening in gas. Yeah. Scorpio rules the things from under the ground. So crisis with gas, with anything, petrols, these are scorpionic things, anything from under the ground.
Absolutely. And also, you see that we spoke also with you, the eclipses of this year happen on the axis of Aries, Libra, very much like Rahu in Aries is certainly hostilities, and Libra is lack of really justice. We'll be searching for justice. But then one of these eclipses happened in Algol just now, the days ago. So monkey thing. I mean, yeah. This axis, of Taurus, Scorpio is being influenced, certainly. Yeah. So, speaking about this, let's see the 12 ascendants. I will just, so just to remind you, until I adjust my chart, that we're looking from sidereal perspective and also tropical, like, just to adjust. So we're starting with Sidereal Aries, which will be tropical Taurus from the modern perspective Taurus, or if you're looking from the perspective of your moon, you can also use it. If this is Sidereal, it will be Taurus. If this is tropical, this will be, if this is Sidereal, it will be Aries. If it is tropical, it will be Taurus. Now, what is happening for you people who have Ascendant Aries, Sidereal? Very interesting. Venus will be on your Ascendant until 18th of June. Actually, this is good because Venus will bring you, even though she's not very, very powerful in Aries, she will bring you peace. She can be, actually, she can even support your private, your love life. She will have impact on your finances because she naturally rules your second house. She will have impact on finances in a good sense. She will make you think of finances. She can bring peace related to family roots. In the same moment, you have Mars almost until, actually until end of June, you have Mars in the 12th house with Jupiter. This will give you these desires to be a bit more by yourself, to take care of others, to become very empathic, will give you lofty and moral thoughts and ideals. So this is actually very good. In the same moment, Saturn will be until 18th of June on your 11th house, which is the house of your hopes, your friends, your gains. So he can bring important changes there, or at least will give the idea of them. That's why I told you, watch what is happening now until 18th of June. It will be very important because this is showing the tendencies of what the real entrance of Saturn in Aquarius for you will mean for the 3 years starting from end of January of 2023. So now with the entrance of Saturn in Aquarius, you see the tendencies, what financial changes, what changes the relation to your profession and goals and social circle this may bring you. Now, the month for you appears, the moon appears for the first time in your 3rd house, importance of communication, knowledge, travel. So this is fine and in harmony with your horoscope. Certain new beginnings would be possible, but most probably the more benevolent period will be after 18th of June. But with Venus on your ascendant, after 18th of June, Venus enters your 2nd house. This is even more benevolent for you financially. So if you have to make financial decisions, maybe this will be the timing. And now let's see people who have sidereal ascendant Taurus or moon in Taurus, or if you're following the modern tropical perspective, this will be Gemini. So what is happening? It's very interesting because your ascendant ruler is on your 12th house, a bit fallen. Be a bit careful, responsible for your health. You may experience a bit low energy, but in the meantime, you may also experience some movements in your profession, in your career place, and this is because of Saturn, who until 18th of June will be in your 10th house. If he does not bring suddenly career changes, he will show you the tendencies which you will be informed about. These are the tendencies which will become reality after Saturn really enters Aquarius, to stay there 3 years after end of January of 2023. Now, very interesting for you, on the 13th of June, Mercury actually becomes visible on your ascendant. Very powerful, can bring you desire to know, can bring you information, can bring you some financial news or financial changes, not for bad, certainly, especially powerful and positive. This will be around the 23rd of June or after. Now, Venus enters your ascendant on 18th of June. And this is very benevolent. It will be until end of the month. It is just brilliant because she's in her own kingdom on your ascendant to bring you luck in your personal life, in your plans, career, everything. So Venus, 18th of June, comes on your ascendant to stay there and for certainly until end of the month. So this is quite benevolent. What else to tell you? Mars is with Jupiter meeting in your 11th house. This is fine. Can have impact on your connections, on your finances, can bring you good, powerful connections, and is benevolent for the finances for sure. But Mars also stays there until 18th of June. So see how interesting. When he leaves Pisces and he enters your 12th house, he's in his own kingdom. This is his power to help you win over enemies, to make you driven to spiritual activities, occultism, helping others, like that. Now let's see people who have sidereal ascendant Gemini or moon in Gemini or tropical Cancer, and it started raining. Let's see how long I can stay here. So what is happening is your ascendant ruler becomes visible, very powerful in Taurus. This is your 12th house. This is the house of, well, your hidden place. This is the house of certainly health. This is the house of hidden enemies, but this is also the house of information, occultism, esoteric knowledge. So it can make you very much driven to such hidden knowledge, can make you very empathic, can make you very much desiring to seek solitude. But certainly the first appearance of your ascendant ruler in the 12th house is very helpful in terms of information about secret, occultism, health, like that. Now, Venus is until 18th of June on your 11th house. Very good, benevolent for your finances. After that, she comes on your 12th house, also very good health-wise, will help you to win over enemies, especially will support your health. Watch carefully the period until 18th of June because Saturn will be on your 9th house. Being on your 9th house, Saturn will support knowledge, travel, and watch these tendencies because what he will show you now and during this period will actually become true after he enters for real for 3 years, Aquarius, end of January of 2023. In general, for you, the month will be very powerful, very potent in terms of information, knowledge, even financially good, because also one of the reasons is, of course, the first appearance of the moon for this month on your ascendant. So your goals, your plans, your knowledge will be very, very important. In terms of career, yes, also there can be a bit intense with Mars and Jupiter meeting on your 10th house, and Mars will be in Pisces until 18th of June. So to be very intense, and further, when 18th of June Mars enters Aries, you can be very driven to the right connections, the right friendships, making money. So it will be very intense also in terms of career and knowledge and your personal plans, everything. And now let's see people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer or moon in Cancer, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Leo. Now, what is happening for you? On your 9th house, you have this very lofty conjunction of Jupiter and Mars until 18th of June. This is very lofty indeed. It can make you very philosophical, very much about researching, finding true knowledge. Also, Venus will be until 18th of June, Venus will be on your 10th house. This is good because she's blessing your work, she's bringing peace, she's helping your career. But better even will be the period when after 18th of June, Venus will enter Taurus. And also in very same place on the 13th of June, Mercury becomes visible on your 11th house. Very financially quite benevolent month for you. Now, also you watch a bit the period until 18th of June, while Saturn will be in Aquarius, because this is your 8th house. This can bring money, depends of course how Saturn is positioned in your horoscope, but this can be benevolent when it comes to finances via partnerships, finances of your partner, finances via all types of unexpected sources, even inheritances and so. So watch about the tendencies of this Saturn in entrance in Aquarius, because this will show you how the true entrance of Saturn in Aquarius will look like for you when he really enters from end of January 2023 for count 3 years ahead. Now, let's see people who have Sidereal Ascendant Leo or Moon in Leo, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Virgo. Now for you, your your ascendant, I'll do so. For you, your ascendant ruler, the sun will be, well, with the first appearance of the moon, the sun is in Taurus. The moon appears for first time in Gemini. Very big, special importance on communication and gains. Even because the first appearance of Mercury as a morning star happens in conjunction with Money Star in Taurus, which is your career place. So financially, the month should be good for you, especially after 18th of June, when Venus is entering Taurus. This will support your career, this will support your finances, so it will be quite benevolent. Now, the interesting situation is of Saturn, who is temporarily in Aquarius until 18th of June, and this happens to be your 7th house. Be a bit cautious, especially for your relationships, for your romantic life, for your partnerships in general, and watch for the tendencies, which opportunities and maybe challenges this short period of Saturn in Aquarius shows you during this short time, 18th until 18th of June, because now you already know and you will be prepared for the entrance of Saturn in Aquarius, which is happening end of January of 2023, because Saturn will stay in Aquarius 3 years. So you will know what are the tendencies, what to avoid. You need to be very alert, very careful during this period. But in general, after 18th, when Venus enters Taurus, when Mars enters his own place, your 9th house, the month is very promising in terms of opportunity, career, money, so it is okay. Only be a bit alert for Saturn in Aquarius. Now let's see people who have Sidereal Ascendant Virgo, or Moon in Virgo, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Libra. Now for you, your Ascendant ruler Mercury appears for the first time on the 13th of June, becomes visible in your 9th house. Very good for knowledge, for for plans, communication with people abroad, because could be benevolent also in relation to financial decisions or deals, because around 23rd of June, Mercury is still visible, passes through the royal star of Aldebaran. This could be very good, very benevolent. In the meantime, until 18th of June, Venus may relatively well, from her fallen position, support the finances via partnerships or the finances of your partner. But then better period will be when Venus on the 18th of June enters Taurus. Good for the same, for communication with people abroad, for media projects, for finances, for education. So it will be quite benevolent. Now, the conjunction of Jupiter and Mars on your 7th house, also valid until 18th of June. This conjunction can be a bit too intense, so be a bit cautious in your romantic life with your partner, in general with partnerships. This is certainly not a bad conjunction. It's very powerful, but when it comes to romantic life, can be too intense. So there you may need to be a bit more diplomatic, a bit more patient. But in general, also for you, because of the first appearance of the moon happening in Gemini, your sign being ruled also by Jupiter becomes very important. Your knowledge, your plans, so the month will be quite intense, quite busy, and actually benevolent. Now we are talking about people who have sidereal ascendant Libra or moon in Libra, or if you're following more tropical astrology, this will be Scorpio. Now, until 18th of June, Venus will be still in Aries, quite fine, even though she's fallen. When you have Venus on your 7th house, this supports your romantic life, supports agreement, supports agreement with people, contracts. So this is fine and really is blessing on your romantic life. After 18th, she enters Taurus, which happens to be your 8th house. This will be supporting the finances of partner, finances via partnerships, even health. So it is okay. Now also Mercury becomes visible on the 13th in Taurus and will be passing through Taurus on the 23rd. We'll make conjunction with Aldebaran, star of money. So finances via partnership, finances of the partner, finances which are generated through, like I said, partnerships, but also via unexpected sources could be very good indeed. 9th house certainly of knowledge, communication abroad is very important because of the first appearance of the moon in Gemini. This is emphasis on this house for you. Knowledge, travel, communication with people abroad, education. Now, just important note also for you is this short period of time of Saturn in Aquarius until only 18th of June, because until 18th of June, Saturn is only shortly in Aquarius, and this is your 5th house, house of children, house of gains, house of creative knowledge. So you have to be a bit alert and see what is happening, because these are the tendencies. You may not receive true life events may not happen, but you will have the tendencies. You will know what to expect after Saturn enters Aquarius for real in January of 2023, because then he will be staying in Aquarius for next 3 years. But when you're very careful now and with open mind, you will be prepared for the events which will happen. I don't say they are bad. Certainly not, especially if Saturn is well placed in your horoscope. This can bring you amazing knowledge, even can improve communication with children, can give you good gains, can be actually very good, but this will depend on how Saturn is positioned in your own horoscope. So now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Scorpio, or this will be Moon in Scorpio, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Sagittarius. Now, until 18th of June, we are experiencing this very powerful Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Pisces. Very lofty, very moral, very good, very daring, very brave. It's very beautiful, very empathic as well, because Mars in Pisces has this nature. Very good in terms of reaching true knowledge, positive for your very moral drive to gains and finances. This is because of the conjunction happening in the 5th house, could influence communication with children and bring you even peaceful, empathic, moral solutions. Now, Venus also until 18th will be in Aries to support your routine, to support communication with people who share your routine and environment, subordinates, let's say. After 18th, Venus can support health as well, even though she's fallen still. In the 6th house, she brings good blessing. On the 18th, lucky for you, she enters sidereal Taurus, This is your 7th house. Very good to bring peace and love in your relationship, to help you in terms of agreements. It's very good transit of Venus for you on your 7th house after the 18th. Gemini Moon, it means for the first time of this month, Moon appears in the very first degrees of Gemini to bring, to bring emphasis on 8th house, money via partnerships, even health, occultism, researching the occult. So in this sense, this is powerful. But the first appearance of Mercury happens again on your 7th house. So also, this brings importance on the 7th house, not only in the romantic terms, but can be very financially fine, can bring financial agreements, because Mercury passes through important financial stars, which I already mentioned. Now, you watch a little bit this period until 18th of June, because Saturn will be in Aquarius temporarily to show us the tendencies, what Saturn in Aquarius will bring for your horoscope. This happens to be your 4th house, relationship with parents, real estate, property, eventually thoughts of relocation. These are the tendencies which Saturn may show you. Changes related to career. Now, this is short transit, which may not result in event, but will certainly show the tendencies which will really happen after Saturn enters Aquarius, end of January of 2023. Now let's see people who have Sidereal Ascendant Sagittarius, or Moon in Sagittarius, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Capricorn. Now, Jupiter for you beautifully for this 1 year until April of 2023 is already in Pisces, your 4th house. Importance of home, importance of mother, importance of property, real estate emphasis. And now Mars is there until 18th of June, very lofty. This is not bad, can make you even more driven to moral, lofty values, to home, arrangement of home, property. Now, Venus is in your 5th house, children, creative knowledge, gains, even hobbies, even talents. And Venus is there until 18th of June, where she will support these activities. But better for you will be when after that she enters Taurus, because she will support your routine, your routine tasks, your communication with people that support that share your routine. Also health-wise, Venus can have very good impact there. Now watch the period of Saturn in Aquarius. This is a short moment until 18th of June. After that, he goes back into Capricorn, and he enters for real Aquarius end of January of 2023, when he will be staying 3 years. So now watch what are the tendencies, what Saturn will eventually bring you for real later, because now you will have the orientation, you will know what is about to happen, you'll be prepared, and with information you can change or at least modify any event. So these are the main things. Also for you, Mercury becomes visible also in your 6th house, importance of the routine, arranging of things, communication with subordinates, importance of health, but all in a good sense. So this is more or less about you. Now we're looking at people who have Sidereal Ascendant Capricorn or Moon in Capricorn. If you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Aquarius. Now, your ascendant ruler now is in Aquarius, where Saturn will be until 18th of June. Like I told you in the beginning, this is very important, especially for you, because you are ruled by Saturn, and every movement of Saturn is influencing your life, your horoscope. So Saturn will be in Aquarius, your 2nd house, house of money, house of family roots, house of movable property, if you want. So watch until 18th of June what is about to change. What are your thoughts of change, if you want, your plans, because this may be the real events, what will really be happening after Saturn really enters Capricorn for 3 years, which is end of January of 2023. So now these 18 days are very important for you to show you, to give you important information of the future. Now, you have Mars and Jupiter conjunction also until mid-June, and this is third house of knowledge. This can be very good, can make you very driven to knowledge, to communication, to travel in a good way. Actually, also 18th of June, Mars enters. Wait 1 second, excuse me. Yes, so I just lost my image. So 18th of June, Mars enters his own sign, Aries, and actually this happens to be your fourth house. This can make you very driven to, you know, this is not such a long period indeed, but Mars in Aries is very much, very strong, can make you very driven to property, to relocation, to arrange your home, but you be also a bit, what to say, try to be a bit diplomatic and patient also when it comes to career, communication with parents, because this is a bit too intense. Transit. Be also patient with your partner. Now, 18th of June 2, Venus enters your fifth house. Very good for communication with children, creative knowledge, gains. Also because Mercury becomes visible there. And through the end of June, Mercury will be passing through Taurus, passing through Debaran, Algol, all very powerful money stars. So when it comes to creative projects, creative knowledge, gains, money, this will be very, very benevolent. Only be a bit cautious with your partner, with parents also, career-wise a little bit. And watch what are the changes that may happen later through the transit of Saturn in Aquarius until 18th of June. So now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Aquarius or Moon in Aquarius, or you, if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Pisces. Now for you is very interesting because until 18th of June, Saturn is on your ascendant. Saturn in your ascendant, powerful experience which happened to you only 30 years ago. First, you may like to remember what happened 30 years ago approximately. Also, watch until 18th of June what will happen, what are the tendencies, what would be your thoughts, what change, which plans of yours are undergoing change, which goals of yours are changing. So these are important tendencies that may result in events when Saturn enters Aquarius, which will be end of January 2023, when he will be staying for 3 years, right on your ascendant. So certainly you will be experiencing very important change. Now see also how this will influence your relationship, your romantic life, agreements, plans, relationships in general. Now, the Jupiter-Mars conjunction, which is valid until 18th of June, is happening right on your second house, can be very productive in terms of financial decisions, lofty and moral goals related to finances, to family members, family roots, like connections with family members. 18th of June, Venus enters your fourth house, very good to support your home, eventually property deals, communication with parents, even good for your career, because Venus will be aspecting certainly your 10th house as well. Mercury becomes visible also in your fourth house, so could be that importance of home, property, work from home, all this is very important. So this is more or less. Now let's see what is happening with people who have sidereal ascendant Pisces or Moon in Pisces, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Aries. Now, the Jupiter-Mars conjunction is valid, active for you until 18th of June. This is not bad, can make you very moral, very lofty, very driven, very active if you want. This is good conjunction of a true leader warrior. This is what this conjunction means. But Oy, but luckily for you, until April of 2023, Jupiter will be on your ascendant. This is the best blessing one can ever ask for. Really, really very good for you. Jupiter on your ascendant. To bless your decisions, to bless your health, to bless your relationship, whatnot. This is Jupiter, the best ever planet. Now, Venus until 18th of June is on your second house. This supports your finances, not enormously because Venus is a bit weakened in Aries, but still it is good. And when after 18th of June she enters Taurus, actually this is very good because at the same time we will be having already visible as a morning star Mercury passing through important financial stars. So this is quite benevolent in terms of what? Knowledge, studies, completion of studies, launching new studies, communication, improving relationships with brothers and sisters, travel, media projects, media work. All this could be very, very benevolent. Now, Saturn until 18th of June is on your 12th house in Aquarius. Very important transit. 12th house is house of health, hidden enemies. It is house of occultism, your secret place. So watch until 18th of June what Saturn has for you. It may not bring you event, but it will certainly show you tendencies, can show you your plans, your thoughts, and you will know what will Saturn bring after end of January 2023 when he will enter Aquarius for 3 years. So this is very important. Health-wise as well, you may be a bit alert and see, you may need to be a bit responsible for your health. So with Jupiter and Mars on your ascendant, also be a little bit patient, loving with your partner, and watch out a little bit when you making agreements or when you have business agreements or communication, because this is good conjunction, very lofty, very moral, but it's also a bit too intense. So be more diplomatic. So this is about month of June. Very interesting. Actually, what I cannot wait for July, because in July all planets come in their places. It will be beautiful. Venus in Taurus, Mercury in Gemini, visible at one point, Mars in his place. You know, they are just very nicely arranged.
Yes, they say in Vedic astrology that if 4 or more planets are in their own signs, avatars are born, or very spiritually advanced people. Who knows?
Oh, we're waiting already for one to come. Yes.
Thank you so much, Krasi. Again, if anyone would like to contact Krasi, almost 50% discount on a 12-month predictive horoscope, I'll put a link below so you can contact Krasi. And I'm looking forward again to the July horoscopes. I guess
I'm looking forward to July.
Thank you, Krasi. Have a great month ahead.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you, everyone, for your
Bye-bye.
attention. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.